So how is 2020 for you? Any plans for 2021? That was the common topic this week, and for many of us who have probably had the wildest and and most intense character building season of the decade, with little or no hope for what's ahead, you're probably thinking, it's been one of the most painful years and nothing I planned for 2020 has ever materialized. Who knows what other surprises life has for us next week, let alone next month. I'm not sure about you, but the word plan doesn't even mean anything to me anymore. So where's the hope in all this? Mom shared a video on our family group chat earlier today, which touched my heart and kind of gave me the answers I was searching for. The guy in the video basically said, and I quote as best as I can, "I cannot tell you what God is going to do in this time of sheltering, but I can tell you what God has done during and after times of sheltering in the past. Once you review the truth of history, I think you'll know what he's going to do this time too." He said, God sheltered Noah and his family for 1 year in the ark until Noah emerged to be the father of all the nations of the earth. And then he also said God sheltered Joseph from his 17th year to his 30th, that his slavery and prison became the school where God prepared him for greatness. God sheltered Moses in a remote desert for 40 years, but Moses came to liberate his people from Egypt. God sheltered Naomi in the barren land of Moab until she nearly became bitter. But she and her daughter-in-law Ruth traveled to Bethlehem to participate in one of the greatest love stories of history. God sheltered David for 15 years after he had been anointed king. And when David finally assumed the throne, he was a man after God's own heart and gave us many of the Psalms. God sheltered Jonah for 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of a whale. And when the sheltering was over, Jonah went to Nineveh and preached history's greatest revival. God sheltered Esther in the palace of the Persian king, and she saved her people from destruction. From the day I was diagnosed with chronic pharyngitis to brain tumor and a host of other health challenges, I somehow can't help but think that perhaps God sheltered me over the last decade to bring this message of hope to you. That while we don't know the details of what 2021 may bring, we know what God has done, not just for ourselves, but for all these great people in the past. And that's what we can count on. That same God that sheltered his people in history won't stop now. Love you, online family.